Another challenge in this journey has been balancing everything, like my personal life, my work life. It's been hard. Welcome to day 1 of working on my fashion brand every day for 21 days while balancing a full-time job. Hello there and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Shania and my dream is to have my own fashion brand. However, I have a full-time job which makes it really hard for me to actually get things done with my fashion brand. So I set up a 21-day challenge for myself where I said that I would dedicate 1 hour every day for 21 days to see how far along I could get with my fashion brand. So if you're as curious as I am to see what my progress will be like, join me on the journey. Today, I plan on just kind of getting that Tupac top more in a final place. Sorry, I just realized that you probably have no idea what the Tupac top is. So here is a clip from my previous episode where I explain what it is and what it looks like. And the second top is a turtleneck crop top with drawstring cutout sides. You'll also hear me call it the Tupac top because it started as an oversized Tupac t-shirt that I then upcycled into the cutout crop top ensemble. Where I managed to land with the top is I made a sample piece for it and I made many mock-ups to try to get the digital sewing pattern right, and I finally was able to master the digital sewing pattern, so I had it graded. And so what I'm going to be working on today is basically just testing the quality of the t-shirt fabric that I plan on using to make like many copies of the Tupac shirt. And I also want to adjust the graphic because just from looking at it off the bat, it seems like it's going to be a little too small, and I want it to kind of really take up the full front of the top. I feel like that's going to take me the full hour to finish, but if I have more time, then I'm going to work on another sewing project that is also in the works. So let's get into it. I ordered 3 different t-shirt sizes so that I could understand which size shirt I could use in order to make my smallest Tupac top and which size t-shirt I could use to make my largest Tupac top. And I know Tupac is not on it, but it's still going to be the same style of top. It's just going to have a different graphic on it. Anyways, my ultimate goal is to be economical when it comes to saving money and also reducing material waste. Right away, I can see that the graphic doesn't fully extend across the chest the way that the original Tupac top does. So in order to get a sense of what size the graphic should actually be, I put the smallest size on the dress form. And I don't know why I didn't think of this from the beginning, but anyways, and then I put the Tupac top on top of it, and then I measured the width and the length of the Tupac graphic. Before I updated the size of the graphics, I first had to check that the graphics on the t-shirt matched the PDF file that I uploaded on the website for printing. All of the measurements matched up, so I was good, thank God. From there, I was able to go into Inkscape to update the graphics with the new measurements. And this is a little sneak peek at some of the graphics that I'll be using. Honestly, I'm kind of worried and wondering about what the rules are when it comes to selling products that have celebrities' faces on it. So if you know anything about that, definitely let me know in the comments because the girl's not trying to get sued. Anyways, I started by updating the measurements for the smallest graphic, which is for my base size 4 shirt. Then I ended up making a second base size 4 graphic that was 1 inch wider than what I measured on the dress form. After that, I used ChatGPT to get help with scaling up the other graphics to their respective larger t-shirt sizes. Then I dragged each graphic to a picture of my dress form to see how it would actually look. Looked good to me. In the next 20 minutes, what I'm going to do is I want to just test the actual pattern size. So this is like the graded pattern, and I want to see if the largest size can fit on the smallest t-shirt that I ordered, which is a size large. Because if the largest size fits on a size large t-shirt, then it means that I'll just order like maybe 5 or 6 large t-shirts and upcycle them all for that bigger size. And then for like the smaller size, I can order like a size small t-shirt or medium or something like that. I measured the width of the smallest and the largest sewing patterns that I have, and then I folded each t-shirt in half and measured the width from end to end so that I could do a comparison of the size of the pattern versus the size of the fabric. I wasn't able to find the t-shirt measurements on the website where I ordered the shirt from, so I did a Google search to get the specs for each of Gildan's soft style t-shirt sizes. I then divided the width of each t-shirt size in half since my pattern will be cut on the fold, and then from there I came to the conclusion that a medium should work for my base size 4 pattern and a size 2XL should work for my largest size 12 pattern. So at this point I realized that I needed to do another test. So I used my last 20-minute session to figure out the whole testing situation. I realized that I would need to do 2 tests. One test to see which graphic size would be better in terms of coverage. So either the 7-inch wide graphic or the 8-inch wide graphic. And then a second test would be to see if my t-shirt size predictions can actually work with my smallest and largest sewing patterns. I'm not gonna lie, I struggled with this because I was also trying to find ways to see if I could make use of those t-shirts that I already had. I felt like it would have been wasteful to just throw them out and start with new t-shirts for testing. Anywho, I took some notes to remember what I would need to test once the t-shirts actually come, because I'd be forgetting stuff. For real. I made it. That last 20-minute session was pretty productive. I was finally able to decide how many t-shirts I'm gonna get, what tests I'm gonna do, and what I decided is I know that I already have these 3, but I just really need to see the real thing as close as possible.
I want the real deal.
So I'm just going to make something else with these, maybe some cute crop tops or spaghetti tops or something, I don't know. And then I'm just gonna order 4 new t-shirts. So I'm gonna order 2 size mediums. 1 medium will test the graphic, and then 1 medium will test the pattern size. And then I'm gonna order another t-shirt that's 2XL, and that's gonna test the larger graphic. And then I'm gonna order another 2XL, and that's going to test the smaller graphic. I think for my next session, I am hoping to place the order of those new 4 t-shirts so that I can just start actually making the samples to really decide on the graphic and really confirm that I'm getting a good bang for my buck based on the real estate. I know you're probably curious about what happens in the next episode, right? So here's the sneak peek. You're welcome. This is probably going to be the next drop that I do after the Tupac top. And it's basically a corset skirt. I'm saying dress, but it's really a skirt because if you didn't have a top, you'd be naked, right? If you have a fashion brand, leave a star emoji in the comments and let me know the name of your brand so that we can all check it out, because sharing is caring. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.